Hello and welcome to episode 507 of the Mark and Me podcast. As always, I'm your host Mark. Now joining me on today's episode is a huge guest for me. Growing up, I was a huge indie fan, and one of the bands that shaped the bands that I listen to today was Embrace. So it gives me great pleasure to announce that on today's episode, I'm joined by the incredible frontman, Danny McNamara. I remember when I was working at Virgin Megastore, and honestly, it was insane. When The Good Will Out came out, it was one of those albums that just blew me away straight away. And it is truly, when I asked the guests what early albums they bought that shaped the bands they listened to, this was one for me. And the interview with Danny is absolutely amazing. It's so much fun, it's crazy, it's unhinged, and I've left it completely unedited so you get the full picture of how it was. And honestly, it's truly one of my favourite interviews, not only this year, but ever. But as always on Mark and Me, I always use the intro to touch base and talk about my last episode. It was only out a few days ago, and I was joined by Kevin Hart from Public Opinion. I'd just like to say now a massive thanks to everyone that tuned in and shared the episode. I see all the people that share it, and it is the reason why Mark and Me keeps expanding and evolving, thanks to you guys for taking the time to share the episodes. So a huge thanks to Public Opinion, to Kevin himself, and all you listeners out there for taking the time to tell the world about this podcast. But today it's all about me and Danny from Embrace. So what I want to do is to get straight to the interview. So here's me and Danny talking all things Embrace. Hey Danny, how's it going?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm really well.
I'm sorry I missed the last one.
Don't worry, I heard that you were moving house and had stuff going
Oh
on.
mate. Like I've got to explain how busy I am at the moment. But before I do that, I'm just gonna have a drink because I
Of
haven't had a
course,
chance of it.
I've got mine here. So it's a busy one.
Mate, I am so busy. Like I've been busier in my life. One day I was busier. That was the day we announced the World Cup song.
Yeah.
That was an incredibly busy day. Like I had a film crew filming me from outside my hotel bedroom at 5:30 in the morning
Jesus.
until going to bed about 11 o'clock that night. I was also completing on a house that day as well. And I had, I would say, 30 interviews that day.
That's mental.
And they weren't small interviews either. It was with BBC, Radio 1, like every TV channel, every broadsheet, pretty much every single publication put us on the front cover. It was insane. And in the middle of that day, I was doing Keep You Up in Shepherd's Bush. And that little bit of grass in front of Shepherd's Bush Empire for I think Channel 5 maybe. And people just started swarming towards me with their phones. And there was like maybe about 300 people just started coming towards me. And I was like, and I didn't have any security or anything because
No.
I'm not that famous. I've got mates who are, but I was almost that famous. I sort of talked to security. I was like, if this keeps going like this, I'm going to need to hire you. And I was actually said that to Chris Martin's personal bodyguard. I was like,
I might need to borrow you for a bit.
Yeah, yeah. We talked through what that because on that day I was like, shit, this could go south really quick. So I said to everybody, I just shouted from where I was. I went, stand back! I cannot possibly pose for a selfie with every single one of you. I'm so busy today. So just stand back and take a photo from there. And
that'll have to do.
And then I ran and got in a car and just fucking went. Anyway, yeah. But now at the moment, completely.
So you're saying that is slightly busier than the
slightly
reason you didn't come on the podcast?
Yeah, slightly like. At the moment, like I've just come back from a writing retreat where I've been teaching people how to write songs.
Wow.
It's like 20 people in Spain. Half term, I've got a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old screaming outside that door. That's which is why I'm in my bedroom. It's the only place at the moment I could get
You've
the keys to the
escaped,
whole
yeah.
house. When I open the door, it seriously looks like we've been burgled. The house is an absolute toilet rolls everywhere. It's a tip, man. It's a tip. Um, and what else? Got an album coming out in 2 weeks. Got all the in-stores and sign-ins and gigs and stuff supporting that. And then the big gig at the Peace Hall, big solo gig for that.
New single just come out?
Yeah, new single today.
Yeah.
Videos for all that and all these interviews. Then I've got a spoken word tour.
Jesus, man.
It's like 30 odd dates or whatever all over the country. And then the full British tour with a band. Then the second leg of the spoken word tour after that. Completing on a house. Oh, I've got a book coming out. I'm also working on, I've got 5 screenplays in active development.
Jesus, dude. When do you sleep?
And I'm working on the new album.
Yeah.
The next one. Album 10.
Jesus, man.
So yeah,
you might have a mental breakdown, and I don't want to be the reason to tip you over the edge. I don't want it to be that Mark and me is the reason that Embrace cancel everything.
But so me forgetting your interview.
Yeah.
Like I'm a bit OCD.
Yeah.
And so I never fuck up. Like it's a personal point of pride that I write things down and I never forget. So in my entire life, there's a handful of things where I've forgotten something, and 2 of them have happened in the last couple of weeks. And your podcast was one of them, and the other one was I went to Manchester Airport and I was supposed to go to Leeds Bradford.
No way. So you're waiting for a plane that's never going to turn up.
I'd been spending, because something else that makes my life really busy is over the summer, my wife is going travelling across Europe with my 2 kids. And I can't because I've got festivals over the summer.
Yeah.
But I'm going like after the festivals to wherever they are.
Oh, that's cool.
Excursion and then back. So I've been booking loads of flights, right? And all day I've been booking them from Manchester to wherever, because where I live's right in the middle of Leeds, Bradford.
Yeah, of course.
So I just, for this Spanish songwriting thing, I just thought, I'm going to Manchester, so I got in a cab. Fortunately, I got in there earlier, because there's this thing with, like, the EU Brexit bullshit means you have to spend ages in a queue. So I got there really early. I was like, and I got to the gate and I said, "You said you're a bit early." I said, "Oh yeah, don't. I just, with this Brexit, you've got to queue up for a special pass thing. I didn't want to miss my flight." He goes, "Well, you're not getting on it with this, mate, because this goes from Leeds Bradford." I was like, "You're joking."
No way.
Oh, shit. So I got an Uber.
No way. And you still
past
made it.
my house on the way back the other way to go to Leeds Bradford, and I still got there in time. I made it, but yeah. So yeah, and there's been a couple of other little things where I'm starting to think I might be losing my faculties a little bit. But anyway, that's a more serious topic.
We're here, which is all that matters. And luckily, we're not to reschedule a flight or suddenly get an Uber. So I appreciate your time.
I'm not performing any life-saving operations at the moment.
No,
so.
Thank fuck. We said to remove the kidney, not the liver. Oh, shit.
Fuck. Oh, you mean the right leg?
Yeah,
shit.
Danny.
I thought you meant as you look at it.
You really messed us up, man. We can't put this back together.
Is it not the right leg as I'm looking at it? It's as you're looking at it. No, it's an easy mistake to make.
And that's why they get the pen, don't they, and write a big cross on the leg they're chopping off, or the arm, or whatever they're doing, because you know that someone's going to come in who's been busy and go, "Oh, the right leg, you're right." Oh.
I thought it looked good.
Yeah.
It seemed like really silly when the other one looks really manky, and this one I thought,
Amazing. I didn't think we'd start the interview talking about amputating the wrong leg, but here we are.
Hey, mate, you never know with me.
No, it's all
I've
good.
done a lot of these now, so I tend to just I don't, like, you can go one or two ways doing this. I can give you the answer I give everyone else.
No, I'd rather just be
a
spontaneous.
really finely tuned version of the answer, because I've given it, like,
yeah,
fucking so many times. or I can just fucking freewheel it, and it's more fun for me if I just
Mate,
fucking
I've got
start.
no notes. I don't write. I've done 500 episodes almost, and I've never sat with notes and read them. I like the conversation to flow naturally and just see where it goes. Otherwise, it would just be, tell me about why you love music. And oh God, you've heard it 100 times.
Well, I even managed to make shit like that sound interesting because I've been doing this a while, so we're all good.
What I do, Danny, even though I want it to be spontaneous, is I do ask the same first question to everyone that comes on, and
Okay.
it does start the ball rolling for a bit of nostalgia.
Okay. Yeah.
When you were a kid, and obviously we all worked on a paper round or did stuff to earn any pocket money, didn't we? We'd do whatever it took to get some, a tenner a week, whatever we could do. We would go out there, and I'm assuming you're the same, and buy an album. You'd buy,
Yeah. Yeah.
Virgin Megastore, Our Price, whatever it was. Do you remember, even if it's absolutely shite, do you remember the first album you went and bought with your own money? Even if it's a great album, an embarrassing one, or one that you don't tell people?
Yeah, of course I do. So I remember, so it's a bit of a story. First ever single I ever bought was "Tainted Love Soft Cell,"
Oh, wow.
which is pretty
That's
cool,
awesome.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great claim.
The first album I ever had was Adam and the Ants,
Dude, that's a
and it
really good
was
foundation.
their entire back catalogue because they'd just become uncool. And the girl who babysat for us basically washed her hands of them
Oh, no.
because it's that thing where when they because they were like a sort of three-chord punk band in the beginning when they did Car Trouble and Dirt Wears White Socks
Yeah,
and all that. And she was, I think she was like 14, 15 or whatever, and she was obviously a massive fan, and she bought Kings of the Wild Frontier as well. But then Ant Music took off, and so now they were teeny bopper band essentially, like kids. Like I was a kid, I was about 9 or 10, and I just thought they were the dog's bollocks. So obviously she was like, well, you can have these albums, and then all these singles. So the entire every single all the the very first single, the white label. I had
that's
everything.
awesome. They're probably worth absolutely loads now.
Well, I don't have them anymore,
No.
but yeah, I'm the opposite of the hoarder from next door. I'm the guy
Yeah.
from next door who throws everything out. OCD, I can't. I like things sparse.
Yeah.
Like you can put everything I own. Well, you can chuck it because I'm not asked.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you know what I mean? I love this watch. Someone got me this watch, and I absolutely they let me. This guy, he said to me, he said, "Can I make you a watch?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can make me a fucking watch if you want."
Yeah, go on then.
Why not? I
Yeah.
mean, I never really used to wear a watch because your phone tells the time, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
what's the, you know, why have something on your fucking wrist pissing you off? But so, and he said you can design it. You can however you want it, And he's like a really good jeweler. Like he used to work for like a big jewelry thing, and
It
now he
looks
does.
awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great, man. Look,
Yeah. The listeners out there have
three
no idea,
dials
but
and
I'll put a picture on the
yeah,
Instagram because that looks amazing.
and yeah. Well, he's the watch is a Beresford watch, so hopefully he'll get some business out of it. That'd be great because
There you go.
I mean, it's worth a fortune. It's a good watch,
Yeah.
and he made it. I said how I wanted it, and I said I want my daughter's names carving on the back,
Oh,
and he did it, all, and yeah. So yeah. So possessions wise, I'm the opposite of a
yeah.
hoarder on that
You're not
sense. Yeah,
hoarding stuff and keeping all the
yeah. So
vinyls
I
and
don't have the
CDs.
album.
No.
So yes. The first album I bought, I think, might have been Elvis Presley love songs or something
Wow.
because I loved Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what buying an album meant, so it just had a decent cover. And I was hoping as a kid, I think I was 7 maybe, something 6 maybe, when he died. So
Yeah.
6, something like
Do the
that.
maths. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 1977, I was 6 in 1977 until New Year's Eve, so yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Um, and got it for Christmas that year. Richard got ABBA Greatest Hits, and I got Elvis. Just the cover looked good, but it ended up being love songs. And I was like, I mean, I love those songs now. Like "Love Me Tender" and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I was
but at that
hoping for
age,
a
you
bit
kind
of
of want a
like,
bit of rock and roll.
yeah, completely. Like I wanted fucking Jailhouse Rock and all that
Yeah,
shit. Like. And I had noticed, I stuck it on, I was like, oh, is that it? Went to the next time. Oh, like it was, it was
and
really
that's
not
annoying
good.
because you can't buy an album every day back then. You'd have to wait a week or two to
Oh, yeah,
save
well, I
up.
had to
Yeah,
wait till fucking Christmas
yeah,
before I get another album at
yeah.
six,
Can I take it back? I've got the receipt. Yeah.
But I played that, and then for Christmas, I also got like a Barry Manilow. My mum bought me a Barry Manilow, which I loved, actually.
I was wondering, did your mum buy it for herself, really, and be like, "Here you
Maybe,
go,
yeah,
here's Barry
maybe,
Manilow.
yeah.
If you don't want it, don't worry."
That was a cassette, because I think for Christmas I got like a boom box, which I wanted. I don't know how old was I for that? Maybe about 9 or something. And yeah, Barry Manilow, and I love those songs. I was in love with a girl. Oh my god, I was so in love. Like I know, like it's you can't be real love when you're that age, but God, it was real love.
It
It
feels
really.
real at the time.
Oh mate, like
Yeah, it feels like
I
it's forever. Even at that age, you're like, "This is the one."
yeah, I
Mm.
was I used to wait on the end of the street and like there was this old stone wall, like brick wall, I think, and it was kind of crumbly. And I just wait at the end of the street with my ghetto blaster that I'd been given for Christmas playing Barry Manilow and like pulling apart this wall. Like just sat there hoping she might come out of her house and I could see her like from the side. And like
That's young love.
I
Yeah.
mean we did go out with each other for a bit. And then I ended up packing her because she started smoking. But I think I think she started smoking because she wanted me to pack her, and she knew it was a packable offence. But
Wow.
yeah, but I was kind of over it by then anyway. But yeah, oh god, I was so in love. And so the Barry Manilow stuff, I made it through the rain and Mandy and all that. Like I was just,
Some great
even
tunes,
at
to be
eight,
honest. Absolute epic ballads.
I was relating back.
Yeah,
I was like, I'd listen to that every night.
that's cute. So live music was when it all changed for me. I'm 44, so I was an 82 kid, but
Oh, I remember it well.
I went to Wolverhampton and I went to the Wolfram Hall and got to see Green Day before they were absolutely huge, and it was a great first gig. One of
Played
my,
there. It's a great gig, that Wilson Hall.
great venue. And I wondered, were you lucky? Did you have a great first gig, or was it embarrassing?
That's
Surely.
that's that's well, okay. There's two.
Oh, is there a cool
One,
one and a true one?
they're both true, and they're kind of I can live with both of them
Yeah.
really. So the first one wasn't really a gig I went to for a gig. I went to because my uncle was the opening act.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And he sort of was like sort of traveling, would do kind of. This was like the 70s, so he was like one of those kind of entertainers, if you like. He's Irish and kind of a traveling entertainer is how you would best describe him, I guess. Um, and he was a support act for Peters and Lee.
I know the
So
name, but I don't know the music.
I think he's like a blind guy who used to sing, and you'll have to Google it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'll check it out.
so that was the first ever gig I went to. But the first gig I ever bought tickets for personally, I went to see was
Yeah,
Adam and the Ants.
dude, they've had a
I
big effect
was
on you.
I was 11, I think 10, 11. It was the Prince Charming review, and it was at a place called the Leeds. What is it? The Leeds Warehouse or something? It's not going anymore. It was a
No,
big building, like 3,000 capacity. Thin Lizzy were on the day before because there was still some of the Thin Lizzy stuff there, which was weird. Um, but yeah, it was a great gig. I was on my dad's shoulders for the entire time because they did have a thing where like they let kids go into the bit at the front, which they cordoned off because obviously there were a lot of kids starting to come to the gigs. I was too scared to go on my own, and my brother was there as well, and he was on my mum's shoulders, and we both like had my grandma had taken a couple of red body warmers and put some gold curtain braiding on there to make it look like the jacket that he wore, and I had the line across my face and all the shit in my hair, and yeah, I was the full deal.
so it's mad, isn't it? That obviously we're sitting here celebrating almost 30 years of the band.
Mate.
That's
Yeah.
mental.
Our drummer put it best. He went, it feels like yesterday, but I also can't really remember a time before the band.
No.
So it's weird, in one way it's like, oh my god, has it been that long? Jesus, like I don't, time flies. But then, like, I can't really remember what life was like before. Um, but yeah, it's weird. It's flown by, man. Like time, that's frightening now. Time flies.
I
But yeah,
remember I was 16 and started working for the first time in Virgin Megastore. And at 16, you could then give up your paper round and earn probably like a fiver an hour. But it was loads of money back then. You're like, wow, I'm rich. And as I started working in Virgin Megastore, the Goodwill Out came out for the general release. So it was 1998.
yeah,
And it was insane, dude. It was one of those moments like the Verve, Urban Hymns, Oasis. Every customer was coming in, and it wasn't even a case of them coming to the counter and going, "Hi, I'm looking for this." It was just we had them behind us where we're serving. So every customer that came in, it was just
there you
like,
go.
"Here
There
you
you
go. Are
go.
you here for Embrace? Here you go. Here you go. 11.99, 11.99." And the shop was playing it on repeat from 9 in the morning until 5 when I finished my shift.
Sorry
And
about
no,
that.
it was unbelievable at the moment. You know, at that time it was so good. But hearing all you good people blasting out in the shop, you know, those were the times that. And I sound like a granddad, but they were really special. People were buying music. People were trying to queue up at 9 a.m. to be the first one. They were buying singles on the lead up to it for 1.99 on the Monday, and looking forward to going to V Festival and all this stuff to kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I wonder what it was like looking back at those days, because as much as we're loving life now and we've got streaming and stuff, they were the real music days that mattered.
Well, I mean, you used to be able to make money in music back then,
Yeah,
so I
imagine
mean
that.
that
People would actually pay
as
for money.
as somebody who benefited from that, I have to say, that was definitely a plus.
Yeah, it's nice
Because
to get paid, wasn't it?
yeah, because like we used to sell, double platinum, which is out of nothing when double platinum. That's like 600,000 albums in this country alone. Like,
Yeah.
we way past that just on one album. Now, like even the biggest bands in the world don't sell that.
No.
Like and so like now to get to you can get to number one with like 15,000 albums or
It's
something.
insane, isn't it? It is
Yeah,
absolutely insane that, you know, you'd get bands like at the time, I don't know, Oasis doing 900,000 copies of a single, and that would be just
yeah,
enough to knock
yeah,
off Jive Bunny at number one. You know, it was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
And
yeah,
now it's
yeah.
like 15,000 would be like a local band selling them at gigs at that price, you
I
know?
mean, I'm not going to say that Daniel Ek and his like ilk are a bunch of hedge fund fucking gangsters,
No.
but I am saying
Yeah.
exactly that. Like if I could get him in a room, just me and him,
Yeah.
he would leave a different man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get physical.
No, you just need
I
to
would
talk
get
to him.
incredibly psychological with that fucker.
Yeah.
And he would come out of there with a different outlook on life. And he would also give me a bunch of his money.
Yeah. Just
And
1%.
just to feel good about himself. Because I would, I remember like Bono used to say that about Bob Geldof that he can, in terms of conversation, like outspit anybody that he's ever met in his life. And so he's not surprised that, Live Aid happened because
Yeah.
like, I think Bob Geldof would be my bitch if we were on a desert island, mate.
That'd be good.
I'm pretty determined fucker.
Yeah.
I think if I met Daniel, like he would feel my wrath.
How long do you think you'd need with him? A couple of days?
I think he'd be done by like.
An hour. Shut up, man.
I have
Here's
to
some
say, like,
money. Okay, fine, fine.
I'm not. I would say, but the beginning would be something like, "You're not getting out of here until you give me all the money you've stolen from me,
Yeah.
and to all my friends who are also in bands. Um, but you're going to do that gladly by the time I finish." That'd be my opening line, and then just leave me with him chatting.
And in the end, he'd just be like, look, just take the fucking
You know,
money.
like that guy who, like, Hannibal Lecter talks to next door and he chokes in his own tongue and
Yeah.
dies. That's
it.
me. That would be me.
I believe in you. I've only just met you, but I believe you could be the one to break him. And he'll just go, here's a checkbook, write down however much you want, and for all your friends, just let me go.
There'd be nothing physical, and I wouldn't make any threats or
No,
anything. It's just chat. I'm just like the things I have to say. It would not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
but isn't it special? Because I speak to a lot of bands. There's not many that get to 30 years. There's not.
Yeah, mate. I am like I am. I've never been happier. I mean, it's something I've said a lot recently, but it's true. Like, I think to have been, I got to about 51, and I realised this is the happiest year of my life, 51.
That's
And then
beautiful in itself. That's
52,
incredible. Yeah.
52 was better. 53 was better again. I'm 55 now.
Okay.
54 is the best so far. 55's there's been some tricky bits about 55, but it's still in the top five.
That's good.
Like, I've overall the curve.
So your
I have
50s
never
are the
been
best
happier.
era, yeah.
Yeah, and I like my wife is amazing. My kids are amazing. My life is amazing. I know who I am. I've never been happier. The art is, I think our new album is stands up with our best ever work. Genuinely,
Up in Your Feelings that I've listened to today, because obviously it only came out today.
yeah.
That's your best single so far from the three I've heard. That is
Right.
fucking brilliant.
Well, it's
The
not the best song
musicianship.
on the album, mate.
No,
There's a
but that
couple more. Like,
musicianship, dude, and the way it sounds and the feel of it, it sounds really refreshing. I love it.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was listening
Yeah,
to
I
it earlier a
appreciate
couple of times with my headphones and I was like, this has got layers. This is going to grow and grow and grow on me.
that.
Like
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
The lyrics are dark on that one. It's
But you're
one of the
writing
things. I'm
really good music, man, and everyone's saying like this
Yeah,
is the comeback. This is what it's all about.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
Britpop has never died. You're flying the flag more than ever, and it's beautiful, man. It's a great tune.
Thank you. I mean, I'm sort of split into two because, like, it's the 30th anniversary, right? So let me just do the boilerplate stuff. Like, so the record company and the management company wanted us to release a greatest hits this year. They were like, it's 30 years.
Yeah,
And we were like, oh no, we've got a new album.
that's awesome.
But they did that at the 20th anniversary as well. They were like, 20th anniversary, like, we want to do a great hit. We were like, no, we've got a new album. So if you go back, we actually ended up celebrating our 20th anniversary and our 21st anniversary. I think we're going to do the same this year. We're going to like do the greatest hits forever next year. But and so I'm split into two. It's like one is like obviously like I want to honor the legacy of what we've done over the 30 years. Like I've been doing so many interviews, like and quite a lot of radio interviews, and what happens with them is they'll often play a montage of all of our best stuff back
I
to back.
see. Yeah,
So it's like before I come on, I hear the chorus for like Good People, Ashes, Gravity, Nature's Law, Come Back to What blah blah blah. And I sit there and before the interview, I'm like, I mean, pretty fucking good, really. You know
yeah.
what I mean? I'm not going to be falsely modest about it. That's some fucking banging tunes. So, I am on one side like massively proud of what we've achieved over the 30 years, and you know, and the fans that we've kept, and the manager's been the same manager. We've been exactly the same lineup since the start. No one's left, no one's died, no one's gone missing. And I'm massively proud of us for that. And I want to honour that. So yeah, I'm happy to. We're doing a book. All the shit I mentioned
So
earlier.
much
Like,
stuff. Yeah,
there's a
it's
lot going on
crazy.
this year as a
Yeah,
result. Yeah, but the thing that gets me out of bed in the morning is the new stuff. And also I've never been more creative, mate. I feel like more creatively powerful and nearer to the fire of what it is to be good at this shit than at any time. Maybe even since before the first album,
yeah.
and I can only put that down to one thing, and that is I'm a slow fucking learner. Because what usually happens with most bands is that their best stuff is either their first album or their second album.
Yeah.
And like, our first album is great. I'm not going to deny it, but our fourth album I think is as good. And I also think, in a lot of ways, this album is almost as good, but if not in the same ballpark. And so, if you look at our career creatively, we've sort of gone like that, then that again, almost, and then that. And so, instead of most bands like woo, and then slow decline into like Heritage Act,
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
we've like always been about the new stuff, and the new stuff sort of standing shoulder to shoulder with the old stuff. Like we've been rehearsing the set recently, which is another thing I've been doing, rehearsing.
And trying to get the perfect set list to keep
On my
everyone
list.
happy. Jesus.
And it's never sounded better, and in a lot of ways, there's like new songs on the album. One called "Coming Home," and another one called "Get Out of My Own Way." That you can check out on Facebook if there's a clip of it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, I think those are going to become new fan favorites,
That's
and
brilliant.
and and so like I'm sort of caught between honouring the past like that and doing a good job of that, and then but also wanting to keep the future going and so like I said, I'm working on album 10 already. Like we're already, because a lot of the best stuff on the new album coming out in a couple of weeks, Avalanche, we wrote in the last few weeks. So Get Out of My Own Way and Coming Home, and another track called Funny. Um, yeah, those three were all done in the last couple of weeks, and so we were like, well, like, we're on a roll now. I'm like, we should just keep going, because this is, if we're still doing this,
Yeah, you can't put a stop when that stuff's
yeah,
organically happening.
yeah. So we're like, and also like it's just that thing of like a lot of bands from my era, like the '90s, are coming back, and they're kind of just celebrating their past glories.
Well, a lot of bands are doing, and this isn't at you, but a lot of bands are just doing like albums in their entirety. So
Yeah,
Asherback doing 1977 and touring, just
yeah.
playing that all the way through. And I saw Reef recently, and loads of bands are like Blue Tones and stuff. They're all kind of, it's
And
not a
like
problem.
I don't mind that.
No,
Like
it's good, but
we've done it. Like
yeah, of course.
I'm not looking down my nose on that.
No, it's a big
if you
success.
if you've done something that's been culturally important
Yeah,
and people remember and want to go back and revisit
S-
it and
celebrate.
that's
Yeah,
beautiful, and I'm all for it, but I'm not just about that.
the fact you're
And
still
the
writing your
thing,
music that
yeah,
you consider to be some of your favorite stuff you've ever done on
exactly.
album 9. There's not many bands
Yeah,
that are saying that anymore.
and it's because I'm a slow learner, and so what I mean by that is like most people have their best albums at the start, and the reason for that is because it's like the first time you fall in love is when you're in your late teens, early 20s. Or in my case, I was 8.
Yeah.
The first time you're heartbroken, and all that stuff happens at the beginning, and that's why a lot of the best rock and roll is written by young people, because it's fresh. I'm a slow fucking learner though. I'm still having epiphanies now as a 55-year-old man, as much as if I was a teenager or someone in their 20s. So all the new, the 3 albums that I've written since I met my wife, um, Love Is a Basic Need, How to Be a Person Like Other People, and Avalanche, are all informed by these epiphanies I've been having as a result of that relationship, um, I'm just getting better. It's just come on, let me out. And then compounded by the fact that life is running out now. I'm 55. When I was 25, I felt like I had forever to live, and now I know how short life is. And so, rather the opposite of like most people, where you maybe get old and jaded and can't be asked and all that, I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh my god, there's hardly any time, and I get more passionate and more to say, because I'm smarter and can see things clearer and more powerfully creative, because I know what I'm doing now, whereas before I was just sort of flying on instinct. Ironically, knowing what I'm doing means trusting my instinct more, but I've got like ways and means of like really focusing that time. And yeah, it's just, well, I mean, I hope you can tell I'm not.
No, it's the most sincere, genuine talk ever. And one thing I wanted to pick up on is you said, "Now in my life, I know who I am." That's what you
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
And I wondered, did it take meeting your wife or having children or being safe within yourself? Because that sounds like it's took a while to really truly believe and know who you are. It's not You're not talking from 30 years ago because you probably didn't know who you were. I
Yeah,
didn't know who I
yeah,
was until I was 40. I still
yeah,
don't now. I'm still learning every day.
yeah. I think my wife has definitely helped
Yeah.
speed that process up. And the kids, yeah. Um, Age. Um, I've been on one hell of a journey. I've had one hell of a life. Um,
You're talking like you're 90 now and you've got like a
I
week
mean,
left to
yeah,
live. Like, come on, man. You've got another album. Number 10's been written.
I know, yeah, but
Yeah, like
I feel like I've lived like, I mean, I am quite.
this is your life and you're about to be handed the red
It's
book.
just, well, you
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, Bob Mortimer calls it Sniper's Corridor, doesn't he? In your
Yeah.
50s, you never fucking know. I mean, I could be like, so you got to treat each day like it is your last. Genuinely, when you get to my age and you're a man, but um, I don't know. I think uh, I have had some real ups and downs. Been mentally ill, which is horrendous. Like, truly the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. Um, my love life has been a car crash. I was like, um, I was just complete wreck in that regard. I got limerence really bad for a woman who wasn't really interested, and that just turned me into like. Have you seen the Wedding Crashers?
Yeah.
Well, at the end where the blonde-haired guy, I can't remember his name. What's that guy's name? Guy with
Owen
three girls?
Wilson.
Yeah, where he goes off and just basically is like hedonistically single.
Yeah.
My life was like that for a really long time because I was just basically looking for that feeling that I got from this woman who wasn't available. Um, and I just, I sort of overachieve at everything I try, and I sort of was really determined to find the right one. And I went through so many different women and so many different situations, and um, I, like, and then I met Lauren, and um, just everything made sense. It was so. I mean,
But you don't know,
initially,
do you, until you meet Lauren? Everything before that. So the girl you're talking about that was not available, but you wanted her and you thought that was it.
yeah, yeah.
No one is telling you at that point, look, just hold out, just
Yeah,
wait. Because in a few
yeah, it's
years'
not that
time,
one, it's this one over
because in a
here.
few
Yeah,
years' time, mate, you're
yeah,
going to be
yeah.
fine. And you're going to meet Lauren, and she's going to be everything you've ever wished for.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's no shock horror that you drown at that point because you don't see the lifeline. You don't see the
Well,
life.
I liken it to Superman 3.
Oh
So, like,
wow! I wasn't
it's a
thinking we were going
shit
to go
film,
there.
but the
Yeah,
analogy stands up. So it's good. It's good for analogy. Like, so in Superman 3, um, Superman gets attacked by someone with kryptonite, but the person who's made the kryptonite has inadvertently put some tobacco in there. And so instead of it killing him outright, it just turns him bad,
yeah.
right? So I don't know if you've seen it, but
I have, but I
Superman
can't remember it very well.
splits
Yeah.
into two, and there's a bad one who coughs a bit and has a raggedy cape, and then there's the good one, and he kicks the shit out of the good one, and then Superman 3
Oh
is bad
yes,
for a bit.
yes, I
Yeah?
remember this now. Yeah, not the best one of the franchise.
It's not.
No.
But as a kid, I loved it. I thought,
Yeah,
I was about 8 at the time or whatever. I absolutely loved it. But love is like that. You can be really close. You can have a close version of love. Like I thought I was in love with some of these other girls that
yeah,
I had long relationships with, but because it wasn't really the real deal. Not maybe not like it wasn't the right thing really. You end up twisting into all sorts of shapes to try and make it work, and behaving in a way that's beneath you because
yeah.
you're not
And
really
being
getting
someone that
your.
you're not.
Yeah, you're being someone that you're not, and you're being inauthentic, and you're playing games to try and maintain the relationship because it's the nearest you know to what love is, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so, you know, I was wholehearted a lot of the time, you know, trying to make it work, thinking, I really fancied this girl or whatever, and but I just didn't know what I was doing, and I hurt so many people. I hurt myself probably more than anyone. Um, but like now, I was such a drama llama. Like, like the one thing I've learned is that it's not about the drama. Like love isn't Hollywood and violins and like big,
La La Land. Yeah.
yeah, statements and whatever. It's tiny little moments. It's like being in the moment and being, you know,
Safe and secure.
they're tiny little moments that you won't even see if you've got your head in the clouds thinking about the next Embrace album, which I didn't, you know.
No, that's fair.
And Lauren was the first person who really sort of slapped me across the face and said, "I want you here, not away with the fucking fairies. I want you here."
Yeah.
Um,
She wants
and
the real you. Where
yeah,
you've not got to change and be like a chameleon and change for different
yeah,
scenarios and
yeah,
adapt
yeah,
to the environment you're in and trying to please everyone. You just need to be the Danny that makes Danny himself,
yeah,
which maybe you lost touch of.
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I didn't know. I had
No.
no idea what it was. I mean, um, uh, 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 between the ages of 19 and 22, I was genuinely convinced I was a serial killer. Like I had a thing called, which is now called Pure O, which didn't have a name back then. Um, and I went to see a shrink about it, and they made me feel better. But yeah, and so I was starting at a lower bar. You know, it convinced me I'm not a murderer first, and
Yeah,
then
if you can just
you
stop
know,
me from believing that I'm a murderer, then the rest of the path might be quite easy.
yeah, yeah. So it's been a slow learning curve to figure out who the fuck I actually am. You know.
And you're not a murderer now, no? We're
No,
all
I've
good.
never.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
that's
want this
one
to be
thing
the
I've never
last
done.
interview that goes on the Netflix documentary. Danny loses his shit next week, and I'm like, oh, I should have seen the signs. He even told me. He even said to me on the podcast. I'm
I
gonna.
have committed zero murders. I
Yes,
promise you.
that's good.
I'm
Well,
glad
I
about
like
that.
that. I like that. Did you say 54 now?
55. Yeah,
55.
yeah,
That you're now having the best year of your life again and again and again
yeah,
since
yeah,
50.
yeah.
That fills me with confidence when I'm 44 and I'm getting greys in my beard and I'm
Yeah, I've got grace.
going to
That's in there.
festivals and I'm like, am I still meant to be in this mindset? Am I still meant to be doing what I'm doing? Because there's a new generation and it's all about TikTok and getting quick, short interviews and snappy influencers. And I'm there thinking, is my time up? But hearing you today, I'm like, fuck it. I've easily got another 10 years.
There you go.
You know?
Hopefully, I've got at least another 10
Yeah.
years. You know. But it's kind of a weird paradox. It's the sense that, like, the fact that life isn't forever and the full embracing of that truth is what makes life so precious, love so precious. Everything, it sort of it sort of squeezes the quality of your life up. It's like, I think if our life went on forever, it would stretch the quality of your life so it went down.
Yeah. One
and
big
and, and
slow decline.
we'd just sit around, toss free scroll, doom scrolling AI bullshit, and eating
Yeah.
pizza and getting, we would literally just veg into nothing. But I think what makes us vital and what we will always have on the machines is that our lives are
There's a
finite.
time
And
limit.
so,
It's like
yeah,
countdown. Did it, did
yeah,
it, diddle it. Yeah. So
yeah.
I'm constantly looking at that clock like this, thinking, slow down.
Well, the other side of that as well is the older you get, the fucking faster that clock goes,
Mate,
mate.
it's terrifying. Even
Yeah.
at 44, everything terrifies me. Like, oh, that festival next year, and then you suddenly like, okay, no problem. And then someone's literally like, that festival next year, it's next week, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where did 11 months go? Where the hell did? And then you see
Yeah.
stuff on telly, and everyone's like, oh, it's 2 years since so and so died, and you're like, what the fuck? That felt like last week. Like, I
Yeah, I've got an anniversary of a friend coming up who died, and it's next month, and I just can't believe that. It seems like he's only been gone about 3 months.
yeah,
It's
it's
like, I've just got a bit of a chill down the back of my neck there. That's kind of weird. But yeah, hairs on the back of my neck have gone. Um, is so weird, but like, so you've just got to be. I think you've just got to be as real and authentic as you can, and be in the moment.
The problem is,
And
my dad had me when he was late. In the way that things are, it was unheard of when I was at school because my dad turned up and picked me up from school, and he had grey hair.
right, yeah,
So he was 44 when he had me, which is my age
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah,
But back then it was unheard of. Like, you're
yeah.
44 and you're having a kid.
But
So
I'm one of the oldest dads at the
yeah.
school thing now. I like my daughters are 7 and 4,
So he would
and
turn up and pick me up, and maybe I'm 8 and he's then 52 or something.
yeah,
And it was unheard of. So he had his grey hair, would walk me home, and now he's nearly 90. And he would always say to me when I was a kid, just do what you can because before you know it, time goes so quick.
yeah,
And he would
yeah,
tell me all the way through my teens, all the way through as an adult, even at my wedding, everything like, just, son, do what you can because honestly, it goes so quick. And I'll be like, yeah, dad, whatever. And he's so right. Like,
yeah,
I had a voice on my shoulder all day, every day saying, just honestly, it's going to get really quick and you're going to forget. And these days are going to turn into hours and hours are going to turn into seconds and weeks will go like that. And I was like,
yeah,
whatever, dad, stop it. And I get it now. And
yeah,
I'm only 44. And
yeah.
I'm scared because I'm like, that countdown clock is literally
Start spinning
on
like a
fucking
machine.
diesel. Like, and I'm like, how the hell is this going to stop? I hate it. I hate that, like, we're already 6 months into the year nearly. I'm like, what the
Well,
hell?
and
Like,
so
I
so
just took my
that's
Christmas
that's
tree down last week. I'm sure. What the
yeah.
hell?
That's why you've got to embrace it. That's why it's so precious. That's why you've got to be wholehearted about everything you do as much as possible, and be authentic. And because if you do that, then life's really happening to you. You're not playing at it. I used
No,
to play at it a lot, and like now I'm not. Like I'm in it. I've got real stakes in the game. Like I've got to think shit to lose. I've got and and and
it's not
so.
worth it, is it? It's not
And,
worth risking
well,
it
life's
anymore.
more of a roller coaster when you've got shit to lose.
Yeah.
It's flatline and dull as fuck and really lonely when you don't, when you're in control of everything and you're manipulating everything and you're just
Yeah.
being selfish and getting what you want. The irony is you don't get what you need going that way because there's no other
Well, you're
people
never fulfilled
involved.
either because you're always wanting something bigger or better
Oh
next
yeah,
time. You're
yeah,
never,
yeah,
ever content.
yeah, completely. And my dad, like, he's still around. Fortunately, he's nearly 80 now, and had me young. Fortunately, but yeah, he's brilliant for advice. Like I remember once he came home after an open day, and I was in bed, and he got me out of bed, carried me down the stairs, and I remember like being able to smell the booze on his breath. This is like the late 70s, early 80s, and sat me down, and he goes, "I want to talk to you about school. I've been to your open day, Dan." I was like,
Oh God.
"Okay, oh, I'm in trouble."
Yeah. How long am I grounded for?
You don't understand this.
Yeah.
Um, he said, "I was speaking to your teachers, Dan, and he said you've got a lot to say for yourself, and you've got a really wild imagination." And I said, "What's wrong with that? Like I've always taught my kids to speak their mind and having a wild imagination. It's great. The stories he writes and stuff that made me cry when I read the story he wrote." And teacher said, "Yeah, but he doesn't know how to use his commas and full stops." And my dad went, "Isn't that your job?"
Isn't
He
that
goes,
what you're there to do? Yeah.
and then he said to me, he said like, "So I just wanted to tell you, don't listen to that teacher. He goes, he talks out of his bloody ass."
Good advice.
And then sent me back off to bed. So the next day, like the teacher was like, "I talked to your dad last night," and I was like, "Yeah, I know what you did."
Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've always like my mum and dad have always like really believed in us. I think it's a working class thing that like
Yeah. Go out there and do what you want and believe in yourself because everyone else is going to try and get in your way, aren't they?
yeah, yeah. I think working. I like my wife's middle class and southern, and she sort of pointed this out, and I think it's really true. Is that people come from working class backgrounds. Their parents just want them to be happy in whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah. There's no
So,
expectations, is there?
it's not aspirational. They
No.
don't like in even like in middle class in the South, it's like, they want you to be a lawyer or a doctor, or wherever they want you to go to university. They want, whatever. Working class parents don't really think like that. Certainly mine didn't, and my friends have said the same thing. It's like they just want you to be happy wherever it is you're doing, and just want you to be happy in yourself. And there's good and bad about that, but I take a lot of the good from it. And it's that, like, they always instilled in me, like, confidence to sort of believe in myself.
Isn't that magical though? Because I speak to bands almost every day, and some of them are like, my parents told me to get a real job, and they were like, look, we love you, but this isn't going to work out. You're trying to be in a band. It never happens. No one really makes it. And that's a
Well,
stumbling block for most people when they're kids, and they've had to go and work extra hard in the industry to prove them
yeah,
and to show their parents that it was all worth it. And the
yeah.
stakes are against them from even their own loving family and support network
Well,
are like,
your mum and your dad saying get a proper job. If that's standing in your way, if that's one of the big factors, or you think that that's one of the big factors stopping you from being a rock and roll star, you've got a lot to learn, because
yeah,
there are fucking much bigger obstacles than that.
yeah, that's gonna be a grain of
If
sand
you
at one
can't
point. Yeah,
handle that, then just get out straight away, because it's a
yeah,
lot fucking harder than that.
yeah.
Boy, oh boy. But so I had that. Like, my dad was like, when are you going to get a fucking job, and when are you going to stop walking around the house in your underpants at all hours of night, cooking and waking everybody
Yeah,
up
but this
with
was when you
you?
were 45. This was last week. Sorry, Dad. Yeah.
Yeah, but but then long before we got a record deal, he heard a song we wrote called Retread, and he stopped bothering me after that.
I was
And
gonna
it
ask you, what point was it that you did enough to convince them that they were
just
like,
that
yeah,
song. He heard
that's
that
amazing.
song. He heard that song, and he went, "That's bloody good, that Dan. You stick at it, lad. I'm never going to bother you again." And he didn't. And
That's amazing.
it was about another 3 or 4 years before we got a record deal. And he was just completely supportive. His mind just changed like that with that song. Um,
So what's it like
but
later on then when you turn around and have stuff like Gravity and All You Good People and have these #1 album stuff? Surely they must be like,
oh
fucking
yeah,
hell, son. Like, woo,
my
told you
dad,
you should have been a singer. Yeah.
at the beginning, my dad had like because we got so much radio play at the beginning, like
Mm.
literally, and this is true, and I don't think this has ever happened in the music industry before or since. Our manager rang our plugger to tell him to tone it down a bit. We were getting so much radio play. He was worried that we wouldn't sell albums, because if people wanted to hear the band, they
Just
just
turn
stick
the
the
radio
fucking
on.
radio
Yeah.
on.
You got the Embrace album? No, but I've got Radio 1. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Much
was
cheaper.
absolutely insane, the amount of radio play that we were getting. So, but I bought my dad like a pair of headphones that had like antennas on. Fucking looked ridiculous.
Amazing.
Sort of battery powered jobs where the radio was built into it. And he'd just sit there all day with them on, and every now and again, "They're playing you again, Dan! They're playing you again!"
Oh, that's amazing.
And then he'd be like, "Well, they never bloody said anything, miserable sod."
So good, though. That must have not gone on for very long. She'd be like, look, Dad, it's day 6 and they've played this 150 times now. Like, I get it.
He did it for a longer time than is reasonable.
Oh,
And he still does it to a degree now, like he'll point
yeah.
out we're in the Evening Courier or wherever it is he's seen, and he's always trying to like make sure that I'm, doing the job properly, and people are selling tickets properly, and no one's ripping me off, and he's always got,
That's lovely, man.
yeah, he's very protective. But his sort of belief in me, I mean, knowing my own mind was sort of fundamental to who I was, which is why, when I got ill in like my late teens, early 20s, it was
Yeah.
so devastating. Um, but an example of that, a really good sort of story, an example of that was, it was a Christmas Eve, Christmas party, and I was invited well, I wasn't invited. It was my cousin's school's Christmas party, and I was off. And so my mum took me there, and they just said, like, you just join in this Christmas party. You're not from this school, but just joining the fun and games. It was sort of like, school was childcare in the 70s anyway, and I don't think any of the teachers minded. So I just went to this school for this afternoon for this Christmas party.
As you do.
Yeah. There was about 200 kids there, and me. I think I was about, how old would I have been? Maybe 6 again, something like that. And they played this game, Simon Says game. And it was like, Simon says sit up, Simon says stand up, sit down, blah, blah, blah. And we're going through this game, and there's 100 kids doing all the actions. And she said, Simon says sit down. And about half the people sat down. And I didn't sit down. And then the half that had seen that half had sat down rushed to sit down. So there was like 30 people maybe standing up. And I didn't sit down. And then the 270 or so that were sat down started laughing at the 30 that were stood up. And so like another 20 or so, 25 sat down. This is like 5 of us. And so I stood up. I'm not fucking sitting down. And then the teacher went, why are you standing up? And then he sat down. Asked the next one, why are you standing up? And I sat down. Came to me, and I was stood up on my own. And I've got a photo of it somewhere. Me standing up on my own. And she said to me, she said, like, why are you standing up? All these people are sat down. I said, well, because you didn't say as Simon says. And she said, yeah, I did. And then, no, you didn't. She said, there's 300 people all here laughing and pointing at you and saying that I said Simon Says. Are you going to tell me, like, you're sure and everybody else is wrong? And I went, yeah. You said Pieman Says. I heard you. And she went, yes, I did.
No
well
way.
done. And I got this fire engine. And she gave me a surprise.
That's incredible. I was waiting for you to say, then everyone laughed and picked on you and you fucking humiliated.
No, but like
Good
that's
lad.
just that's
Yeah.
quite that was quite pivotal
Like a milestone
story
moment, yeah.
in my life. Yeah, that like so being sure about things was incredibly important. And so then when I was convinced I was a serial killer, that was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that
Like
scares
it's the
me.
hardest fucking thing. Like, you can't. Nothing else. I've had one hell of a life. Nothing else even comes in the same league as having that.
No.
It's, but yeah. Anyway.
You've got a very busy rest of the year. I'm looking at your live dates as we speak because I'm thinking I want to have a beer with you and we'll catch up in someone like Birmingham or Nottingham, and you've got them both.
Come to one of my talking tour dates.
Yeah.
And well, come and ask me questions on the talking tour date.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
There you go. And and you can record it for your podcast or something.
Yeah. You've got loads coming up.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Absolutely loads. I'm looking now and I'm thinking you're never going to sleep. You've got all the album launch
I've started
shows.
taking melatonin.
Does that work? One of my friends has ADHD and has to take that to switch himself off.
Yeah, like it really helps, man. Like, because I've got to be up. Like, because I've got a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
I've got to be up.
Dad, come on! It's 5 a.m.
Yeah. And so if I want to get any sleep at all, I've got to be going to bed at a reasonable time. And I never used to. I used to be going to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Like, it was normal.
I can't do it anymore. I used to. I'd be like, I have an early night tonight. I'll go to bed about 3. I can't do it anymore.
And what used to happen was if I went to bed before 12, I'd be up like a light at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And not be able to get back to sleep.
See.
But that just renders me useless in my relationship with my wife because, but now I do the school run every morning, and I put them to bed every night, and I take melatonin, and I get about 6 or 7 hours a night, and that's enough for me. I'm all right.
That's good. I've just seen you playing the Pierce Hall in Halifax.
Peace Hall, yeah.
Peace Hall,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
That is an amazing venue.
It's sold out as well, like,
That
and
I
it's the
saw
third
Biffy
time we've
Clyro
sold it
there.
out.
It's magical. There's this
And
big
it sold out
balcony and
months ago.
oh wow.
And they wanted to like add another 1,000 capacity. They asked the council if we could add 1,000 capacity, and the council said no.
Oh god, that
Um,
venue's magical.
it's mental. It's one. Someone asked me in another interview what my favourite three venues in the country were. I said Glasgow, Barrowlands,
Oh,
City,
Barrowlands, amazing.
Nottingham Rock City, and Peace Hall in Halifax. Those are the three best in this country, I think.
Oh, I went to Barrowlands at the end of last year to see Biffy Clyro 3 nights running. They did like their first 3 albums. That venue's magical. The moment you walk
We're
in,
playing there at the end of the year, but that one's sold out as well. So if people want to come and see Embrace, you
get your
gotta
ticket soon. Yeah.
yeah, get a while they're hot or whatever the word is.
What I do, Danny, is my final question is I've had actors, directors, everyone on this podcast, literally film stars, all different people from all different walks of life. But what I really love to do at the end is hand it all over to you. And as the episode is all edited and ready for the world to listen to, the
Yeah,
podcast finishes and a song plays in its entirety. Now, I'll put bits of Embrace throughout the episode so people can hear
right,
the new
okay.
stuff. But at the very end, you get to choose a song on the spot right now that means a lot to you personally. And I wondered, and I know it's hard because you're a songwriter, you've got probably a million songs in your head. And I've asked some people who say, can I come back to you in a week? And I've said, no, it has to be now. So, Danny, on the spot, what's the song that came to your heart and soul right now when I ask you that you would love to be the outro music for today's episode?
Do you know the song that came into my head first? Um, is "Oh" by Coldplay.
Okay.
It's on it's on the album that Magic's on, whichever that one is. Like,
Is it
not one of their
the one with the blue cover, isn't it? I think. I
yeah,
forgot.
not one of
Yeah.
their best known songs or whatever, but there's just something about it's maybe because I know Chris or whatever. There's just something about that. I'm going to sound like
It's
Bob
on Ghost
Mortimer.
Stories. It's on Ghost
Yeah,
Stories,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah. Um, there's something about that song. And I'm going to sound like Bob Mortimer when when he's talking about Chris Rea, he goes, "It's so Chris to like pop an egg in a bath."
Yeah.
Like, but he's talking about Chris Rea.
It's so Chris Martin, yeah.
Yeah, that song is. I don't think he's that bothered about it as a song because he never mentioned it to you. We talk about songs quite a lot and
Yeah.
big songs for him. He's always played me before they come out and stuff, and he never mentioned that song to me. But I think it's maybe the best thing that he's ever done, and it's so Chris. And maybe the reason he doesn't like it is because he doesn't realize how precious it is because it's so him. It's
Yeah.
like probably took him 5 seconds to write it or whatever. You know, some of our best songs that people really love. I don't have because they were easy to give birth to. You know,
Yeah.
like
You
write
don't
those
really
in
appreciate
like
him as much, do you?
5 minutes or whatever. You know, so maybe that's the reason. But it's just so. It's all the things that I value in a song, in that it immediately gives you a mood, takes you to a place, is magical, hard to put your finger on why you love it, what it is about it, just like any great art. And it defies context and scrutiny. And it's the reason why music critics is kind of like, it's like dancing about architecture, like, or whatever. Like, you can't. All music critics ever used to do when they sort of ruled the roost back in the day was talk about the context and talk about the lifestyle and talk about the culture and
Yeah. It was like a
it's just
copy and
about the
paste
fucking
template.
songs, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
fucking pricks.
It's
That's
true.
why they never understood Travis or Oasis or Coldplay to an extent or us.
Yeah.
It's not about all that shit. It's about the songs, and the
Yeah.
songs are like dreams. They fucking come from nowhere. There's no ego, culture, nothing laden with it. It's just fucking this effortless thing that takes fucking that are impossible to get right. And critics never value that because they think, oh yeah, it's a whatever.
Yeah.
And that's why critics generally can't write themselves because they don't realize the fucking
They have a copy and paste template. I see it all the time when I used to read The Enemy, and you could literally just change the band name, the album release date, and it would have the same thing, the same
I mean,
format.
I don't want to slag off all music critics.
No, there's
Like,
incredible people out there, but there are
they write
people
with
that are
passion,
lazy.
a lot of them, and
Yeah.
they love music, and them not understanding it is kind of part of the journey that's exciting, and they act as a conduit for a lot of love, and and also for a sharpening of creativity and artists and stuff. So I don't want to slag the entire genre off, but that aspect of it, the lack of understanding about the quality of the art itself is everything, and that song, he just sings about a flock of birds. He's not,
Yeah.
but there's something about it that just gets me.
It's a good enough reason, my friend. Some people have just gone, because I like that song, I listened to it this morning. Or someone's like, I got married to that song, or it was a song at my dad's funeral, or whatever. But that's a great reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not the obvious choice either for Coldplay, is it? It's not the obvious choice.
No, I mean, I could have picked loads of songs that you might perceive to be cooler, or
No,
but
it's
you
a
asked
personal
specifically
choice.
for the first one that came into my head,
And that's important, yeah.
That it was that. So I'll just be honest and on it.
Thank you, Danny. It's been an incredible hour, like really insightful, genuinely.
I've enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah, I hope our paths cross again.
Yeah, I would love that. And if you want to come on the speaking date or whatever, and
yeah, of course,
beer or whatever, just drop me a line and I'll set it up. I'll sort it out.
Man. No, that sounds good. I'm looking on your website. I can't see any talk of the spoken word stuff, but I'll look on.
Just put Danny McNamara spoken word tour.
I'll have a look.
Or on Facebook if you follow me on Facebook.
Yeah.
I need to get that I need to get that shit down because I'm not. I need to get across everything needs to be joined up, doesn't it? I'm not very. Yeah.
What are you doing then? Are you doing oh god, there's loads of dates. Jesus. Loads of theatres, town halls.
Yeah.
You're playing in my hometown, Shrewsbury, Buttermarket.
Well, there you go.
That is literally 4 minutes down the road.
Mate, I'm going in everybody's. I'm playing at the end of everybody's fucking street in a lot of places I've never heard of.
That's crazy, Shrewsbury. God, that's literally just down the road.
So yeah, we'll definitely sort something out, and I'd love that. It'd be great. I've enjoyed it as well.
I'm coming back to what you know won't mean a thing. Everything that you've done keeps you from me. Now I know that I need more time. Come back and let me see you're right. I'm coming back to what you know, 'cause I know that I need it now. It's gone.
I did tell you that was going to be a hell of a lot of fun, and it really was. It was absolutely wild. I haven't laughed like that for so long, and thanks so much for Danny for coming on the podcast and just bringing your true self. It was so much fun, and I can't wait to see you in Shrewsbury when you bring your evening with. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And for you guys out there, Embrace have got a brand new album out and loads of tour dates, one of the busiest bands out there, so go and listen and then go and get yourself a ticket. You will not regret it. And if you can, as always, guys, take the time to share the episodes. I do rely heavily on you guys. I don't pay for marketed ads or sponsored posts. It's all about you guys at home taking the time just to share it, and it really goes a long way. I also want to give a shout out to the sponsors of Mark and Me, starting with Richer Sounds. If you're in the market for anything to do with like a brand new TV, some speakers, some headphones, hit up richersounds.com or visit any of their high street stores. And if you want to get yourself a poster or collectible or VHS or something cool that's all licensed, head over to vicepress.com, add anything to your basket, and you will save yourself 10% if you use the discount code MarkandMe26. Right, guys, I'm going to go because, as always, you're going to get another episode of Mark and Me in a couple of days' time. But until the next episode, keep safe, look after yourself, listen to Embrace, and I'll speak to you all very soon.
Flock of birds hovering above, just a flock of birds. It's how you think of love. And I always look up to the sky, breathe before the dawn, 'cause they fly away. Sometimes they arrive, sometimes they are gone.